Hello and welcome everyone to the West Spring Speed Cup finals for the tournament. Thank you so much for joining us. I am your host, CM Iris, and today we do have a returning co-caster with me. Um, so without further ado, let me just introduce our wonderful producer, Producer Bear. Uh, Thank you for joining us again.
Hello, here I'm again. Hello, racers. I'm so thrilled to be here for our final tournament today, and I cannot wait to see who's going to win the tournaments, achieve the title, the best racer in our game.
Yes, it's exciting. So before we start our races, our final races today, let's go ahead and take a look at the final group that will be racing today. So let's go ahead and throw our brackets up there. We got Melkus, Joint, EU Student, Lazy Kumo, Paramai, Tetofu, hashtag IS, and unfortunately, our last participant, Gogo, did message and say that they will have to withdraw from the tournament. So we will only be
No.
having 7 participants today, but we'll still have really good races. It's a bit echoey from Bear. Okay, I'll take a look, see what we got. Okay, but yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what our map is going to be here for today. Could you try talking again real quick, Bear, just so we can double check and see if you're still echoing? Um, but let's go ahead and take a look and see what our map's going to be. And we have, for the first race, it's going to be Can It Be Curve? It says that you're muted, Bear. Bear, are you muted? But people say that you're muted currently. Can you try talking again? Sorry. I think your sound's back now.
I am? Okay, there you go.
Okay. It might just be the acoustics of the room for Bear, so I apologize, friends, if it is a bit echoey. But sorry, friends. But let's go ahead and jump into the first race. We have the first map picked out, which is going to be Canopy Curve Forest from the Forest era. We have all of our racers ready, so why don't we go ahead and jump into the first race and see what everyone can do. Again, we are missing the one uh, racer, so we have a total of 7 racers for today. But let's see what everyone can do. Uh, we're at the start of the race, and they're
Go.
off. Let's see what's going on here. We got EU
Ooh.
Student in first place with a Joint closely behind. Joint's
Speaking of
quickly
Joey, thank you
overtakes them.
first. Followed by Milkies and students.
And if we, as we jump to the back of the pack here, we have EU Student in 6th place to Tofu in 7th.
Ooh, this map does looks like it has some pretty steep turns, but however, it looks really good for the warm up. So let's
Definitely.
see.
As you mentioned, Bear, there are some steeper turns here, but nothing that our players cannot handle.
True.
Definitely a slightly easier compared to other maps that are in our pool for the tournament. But here they come up to the difficult hairpin turns, one right after another.
Oh
Paramount makes it look easy as he just breezed through all of
no. All
them.
right.
And I don't think anyone really had much difficulty there.
And it seems like the first group and the gap between first group and second groups are actually kind of huge. So guys, let's go.
We believe in you all. Oh my gosh, Tofu getting some serious air there when he nitroed into
Tofu, I
that.
believe in you. From the last tournaments, I just believe in you.
But Paramount seems to have an almost commanding lead, though Joint is catching up and is almost right on their heels.
Followed by Lucas.
And yeah, and Melkus in 3rd place. Hashtag IS in 4th. EU Student 5th to Tofu 6th. And Lazy Kumo rounding out the group. But quickly overtakes to Tofu to get back into 6th place. And we are on the second lap towards the end of this map. So let's see if anyone has any trouble going through these turns. It might
Joint.
Back and forth between Paramount and Joint. Oh my goodness,
Up,
trying to pass on the inside, but will they make it? And Paramount.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was very close. Paramount was able to get the win on this map. Followed closely by Tatofu. Oh, I'm sorry, not Tatofu. Joint in second and Milkus in third. Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations, guys.
So we'll go ahead and get those scores updated. And then we will get our next map picked out and start our second race. So that was already very exciting. There was a lot of back and forth between almost all the players in that map. So we're sure to see I feel like this is going to be a really close match for like the rest of the races as well.
Right. Definitely agree.
But if you had to say a few, like someone to keep your eye out on for in this matchup, who do you think would be, Bear?
Well, we actually discussed about this. I was discussing this about with Iris, like who's going to win the race today, and I was thinking like someone's going to dominate the race again. But since speaking of the dominating the race, like these are like the group of the best players. So at this point, I really do not know. I can't tell.
It's true.
But Tatafu, I have a belief in you.
Well, we are still at the beginning of our matches, so it can still be anybody's race. But our second map for today is going to be the Gate of Wonderland. So let's go ahead and check and see if our players are ready. We have one more person readying up, but it looks like we're good to go now. So we go ahead and start our next race, the Gate of Wonderland map.
Storybook. Nice.
Gogo did pull it. Gogo, yes, unfortunately we did have one player who was unable to make it today. Our player Gogo did have to withdraw, so we do have 7 players today. But thank you for letting people know, Philly. And we have our next race already started. EU student out in front. Excuse me, now Paramai has already passed them. These
followed by students.
Oh my goodness. We had a bit of crashing there. And Tatofu,
a lot of crashing, actually. Yeah.
Tatofu got pushed to the back.
No.
Paramai still in first place. EU student in second, while Malkus in third. Hashtag IAS is in fourth. Lazy Kumo fifth. Tatofu sixth. And Joint in 7th place. But as you can see, Paramai just kind of breezing through all these curves, going through the loop.
Ooh.
But I don't know if they're getting too far ahead of everyone else. It could still be almost anyone's race. Everyone's still close together, though the distance between Paramai and other racers is still growing. But let's see what everyone can do in the second lap.
Paramai just passed the first lap, followed by Pounds, Milkus. Let's see.
Let's see how everyone handles these curves as they go through. Before
Joint, what happened? You were second.
Joint,
what happened?
Joint did somehow end up in the back of the pack.
No.
But let's see if he's able to catch back up.
Nice.
We have the ever cute.
It seems like there's a huge gap between the first and the second. Come on, guys.
We believe in y'all. But yeah, Paramai's distance is growing ever greater as hashtag IS does their best to catch up. As we're heading around the corner, back outside of the portal to the drop. The last few corners before the finish line, Paramai looks like he won't be stopped this time. As he crashes the finish line in first place once again, hashtag IS closely follows. And then Lazy Kumo. My goodness. That was kind of a dominating performance for Paramai that round.
Still, so far, yes. We don't know yet, but so far, yes.
Yes.
Guys, let's go! Ooh, congratulations, Kumo.
But we'll go ahead and take a quick look at the standings after this race has fully concluded. Let me get back into the standby room. As we select our next map, we'll be going into our third race for the finals. But Bear, taking a look at the standings, where's everyone at right now?
So it seems like Paramount definitely dominating the race right now. And I actually thought the Giant's gonna be the second, but it seems like Pound IS is doing the second, followed by Milkus and Join.
Wow.
But again, the race isn't over yet. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
We believe in all of you. Okay, so the next map has been selected. So let's go ahead and get that one ready for the next race, for the third race of finals. We did get the map up and down. So let's go ahead and get that set up for everyone. Double check, make sure everyone's ready. And if they are, then we'll be on our way to the third race. Apologies, friends. I'm having a little bit of difficulty locating it. I feel like this map in particular, I don't know why, it's just really difficult for me to find. I always think it's in one place and it's definitely not there. Always ends up somewhere else. But who is everyone cheering for today? Because we did start with 32 racers, and now we're down to the final 7. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for today. But we do have our next map loaded, Up and Down Village. Everyone is ready, so let's go ahead and jump into the third race of the finals. Let's see what everyone can do. Again, this map is more on the simplistic side, but because of it, it's very important that you're able to manage your nitro and build it up efficiently.
Do not make a mistake.
Yes. One mistake could really cost you here.
Let's go!
As we're going off the finish line, we have EU Student in first with hashtag IS nipping at their heels. Paramai in third place. Followed by Joint, Melkus. Oh no, we just had some fighting going on in the back of the pack, but it seems that we have Melkus in fifth, Lazy Kumo in sixth, and Totofu in 7th place.
Totofu? Come on.
But it seems that hashtag IS is kind of fighting for first place here between EU Student and also Joint. Joint is back up there in the fray, and it seems that the distance between second and third is growing ever larger. So let's see what everyone can do as they head into the
There's absolutely no gap in between all the racers right now. You all still have a chance, so still. Let's go.
It's true. Everyone is so close together. This race is insanely close. So it can still be anyone's race at this point. Everyone's been kind of going through this track pretty flawlessly. I say that as someone just clipped the wall, but it didn't slow him down. Back to the front of the pack, we have Joint, who's pulling out and gaining some distance between second and third place, hashtag IS and EU Student. As we're rounding the last few corners, maybe someone's able to pass on the inside. Let's see what's going on.
Speaking of Joint.
We're in the last corners. And Joint is able to pull out the win for the third race. That one, again, like you said, Barrett, was pretty close all the way through, as there wasn't any crazy, giant gaps between all the players. So with that finish, we shook up the standings quite a bit, I feel. We'll have to check in as soon as we go back to the standby room. Okay. So let's go ahead and check in on the standings, if you could, please, Bear, while I get the next map set up.
Give me a few seconds.
No problem.
Oh, it seems like Paramai is still dominating the race, followed by the Joint, Pound IS, and Students coming to the fourth. So let's see. Come on.
Thank you for that check-in. But we do have our next map was selected. Cosmic Canyon. I don't know why that is difficult for me to say right now. It's almost kind of like a tongue twister, I guess. Cosmic Canyon.
Right.
Cosmic Canyon. Say it 10 times fast. It's difficult. But Cosmic Canyon will be our next map. So, as you had mentioned, we have Paramai still in first place despite finishing in 5th place in that last race. So, still, the races, I feel, are still pretty close. We're pretty close in point totals between almost everyone. So, let's see what happens in this next race. Our racers are all ready, the map's selected, so let's just jump into game.
Speaking of the map, the difficulty is 5. It looks hard.
It is
Tough.
extremely difficult. There are so many
Whoa.
turns and corners, not to mention a lot of places where there are no walls or guardrails, so you can easily fall into the abyss. So definitely a difficult map, and on top of that, it's only 1 lap, so you got 1 shot. If you mess up,
One shot.
you're probably done.
Let's go.
So it looks like we have Melkus in first place right now, followed closely by #IS and Joint. They're all vying for position here at the top of the pack. But Paramai is also making their way currently in 2nd place. With #IS in 3rd, to Tofu as going up in the rankings in 4th place. Lazy Kumo in 5th, EU Student 6th, and Joint now in 7th place. But we do have some tricky turns coming up here. So let's see how everyone handles them. These D corners always get me. I don't know about everyone else, but I feel like they were so hard and everyone's making it look so easy. Oh no, and Joint has to reset as he crashes into the wall, setting him back even farther. Let's see if they're able to catch up to the rest of the pack. We have Kumo in 6th, to Tofu in 5th, EU Student 4th place, #IS in 3rd, Paramai in 2nd, and is on the heels of Melkus, who is currently in 1st place, but they're also duking it out with Paramai.
Oh,
no,
speaking of, Melkus was strong. No.
Melkus seemed to have taken that last corner just a little too tight and crashed into the wall, setting them back, but they are now back in 1st place. As they approach the finish line, is Paramai going to be able to catch up? There's still a little bit of a gap, but not too much.
Not too much at all. No! Speaking of her, might just drop from the main track.
Oh no! And as we finish, we have Melkus in 1st, Paramai 2nd, and #IS in 3rd. Congratulations, you guys, on getting through an insanely difficult map.
It was. It definitely was.
But we'll have to go ahead and take another look at our standings once again. See how everyone is faring after that difficult race.
I'm showing a lot of respect by the fact that you guys actually made it through.
Definitely.
That was so difficult.
Definitely a very difficult map. I feel like it is definitely can be considered the most difficult. But let's go ahead and move on to our next race with our next map. Ooh, which is one I don't think we saw too much of in day 2 for our semifinals. Secret Basement.
Ooh.
So let's go ahead and get that one set up. But how's everyone looking in the standings, Bear?
We actually had some changes. Still, Paramai is dominating the race, but following by #IS. Nice. And Melkus on 3rd, Joint 4th, followed by student Tofu and Lazy Kumo. But again, the race is not over yet. Let's go.
We believe in all you. Do your best, but there's definitely some shifting in the standings there. But since we're on our 5th round and with Paramai being the closest to 50 points with 30 points total currently, we're definitely going to see a few more rounds after this. So it can still be anyone's race as I am looking for a Secret Basement.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Let's go ahead and look. My apologies. Just going to get. There we go. We got the map ready. All racers have readied up, so let's go ahead and switch over to our 5th race. Hope everyone's ready. But as we start again, let's see how everyone fares going off the finish line here. Or the starting line, sorry. Not quite the finish line just yet. I'm jumping the gun. But it looks like Joint is trying to make his way to first place, currently in second behind Paramai, as everyone's fighting at the top of the pack to get their bearings. EU Student in third, Malchus fourth, #IS just moving up, but back down into 5th place. To Tofu 6th, and Lazy Kumo in 7th place right now. Everyone making that shortcut look super easy. I always am afraid when I try to do it that I'm just going to crash into the wall there.
Nope.
Because it's a very narrow path.
This is a barely map to me.
It's very...
This is just...
It has a really fun theme.
It's just too hard.
You just gotta believe, Bear. You just gotta believe.
Well, I believe our racers, not myself.
But we have a Joint jumping over the gap there across the chandelier, just across the starting line to start the 2nd lap. Paramount close behind them.
Very close.
And EU Student just behind them, but it seems like the distance between 2nd and 3rd is growing, continues to grow.
Definitely.
Melkus right behind EU Student there in 4th place. With Tofu moving up the ranks into 5th, but accidentally hits the chair there to go back into 6th place.
No.
See if they're able to catch back up. Lazy Kumo in 7th currently.
Ooh.
Jumping back up to the front of the pack. We're getting closer to the finish line now.
Seems like Joint is managing the race really well.
Indeed. Paramount may have some chances to pass them here before the finish line, but we'll have to see.
Last chandelier. If Joint made it, he passed. Nice.
Nice. So we have our racers finishing Joint in 1st place, Paramai in 2nd, EU Student in 3rd place. Congratulations, everyone. It looks like everyone's able to make it across the finish line in time. So everyone should at least get a few points, except for the 7th place, which will get 0, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and get those standings updated. Got a few new records set. Congratulations on those records. But we'll get the standings updated for everyone, and then get the next map picked out to continue on with the races. And as we take a look at the score here, it looks like we're getting ever closer to the 50 points. Though we do have quite a few people who are very neck and neck in the standings now.
Definitely.
Could you give us an update, Bear?
Definitely. So Paramai is winning with 37 points, followed by Joint 27, Pound IS 24, Malchus 23. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, it's a really tie. And followed by E Student, Tofu, and Lazy Kumo.
Awesome. Yeah, so like you said, there's a lot of people close to each other in points. So it could still be anybody's race, even though Paramount is kind of pulling away with that 37 points. But one first place race finish for anyone would give them that 10 points that would catch them up even closer. So we'll have to see what happens. The next map was picked, and we'll be going to Pirates Cave. So I just have to go ahead and set that up, and I believe our racers are already ready. So as soon as I get the map up, we'll jump into our 6th race for today. Very exciting. As I know, we did have a few runs leading up to the finals where people were able to do the perfect runs of 5 races to get the 50 points. So I'm kind of excited, I'm not going to lie, that our races are continuing. More races, more excitement. Get to see you guys just get through these tracks like it's super easy.
Again, total points are not too far. We all still have a chance.
Yes. So do your best. I believe in you all. Again, this is another map that just like escapes me. I always am like, there it is. No, it's a different one. Here we go. Got it. And we have our map. Our players are ready, so let's jump into our 6th race. Here at Pirates Cay. And as we see, we had a few, I think a couple cart changes here and there between our racers. So let's see if that gives the advantage to any particular player. As we jump off the finish line, we got Melkus here in first, but overtaken by Joint, then hashtag IS Joint in first place once again. Followed by Melkus to Tofu in third place. Oh my goodness, we're having so many standing switching like all at once. Everyone is like racing like crazy.
Crazy.
Paramine second now. Joint in third. EU Student in fourth place. Hashtag IS in fifth. Lazy Kumo sixth, and Tofu now in seventh place.
It definitely seems like the first pace of the race is really crazy since all the racers are at the same pace. And it seems like they're having a lot of hittings, crashings.
Oh.
But once we settle down the group, it seems like we have two different groups again.
Definitely. And we have the front of the pack kind of pulling away from fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. But you never know. Some of these corners are quite tricky on this map. Someone may crash or clip a wall just slightly to slow them down, and people could overtake them. Oh no, just as I said, Melkus kind of took that corner just a little too close, slowed them down to third place. Oh, and bumped off the wall twice. Oh no, the distance between Melkus and Joint, who is in second, has just grown even more. And it seems that EU Student was able to pass Melkus to go into third place.
I just see Tofu crushing again. No.
But as we check towards the front of the pack again, we have Paramai, but will Joint be able to overtake him? And it looks like Paramai was able to finish in first place, Joint in second, Melkus in third, EU Student fourth. Congratulations, everyone. It looks like everyone was able to finish the race. So everyone should get points except for the seventh place, which will receive 0. So we'll have to take a look at the standings. I know it seems that Paramai is dangerously close to the 50-point goal. Good for Paramai, but not good for all our rest of our racers. So we'll have to see how everyone handles the next race. Here. But let's go ahead and get our next map decided and have a slight update on the standings once they are all inputted. You can just let us know, Bear. How's everyone faring right now?
Again, Paramount is definitely dominating. It's only 3 points left for the winning, followed by Joint the 34, Melkus 28, Pound Eye is 27, and Easton is 24. Lazy Kumo 9, and Tofu 6.
Okay, so definitely this could be our last race. Even if Paramai finishes in 5th place, they will still secure the 3 points needed to hit 50 and become the champion of our first speed tournament. But again, there are people who are getting really close as well, as you had mentioned, Joint. If they were able to have Paramai finish in a lower standing and they were able to get first, then they might be able to take it within the next race after this one. So we'll have to see. Again, everything very close. But for our next map, it has been chosen, the Korea Circuit. So let's go ahead and check in on our racers. Everyone is ready. So let's go ahead and jump into what could potentially be the final race for the West Spring Speed Cup tournament.
Guys, we can still do this.
Definitely a lot of tension right now. Right now, as we go into our potentially the last race. Is it up to 80? Because we how the rules were written, we didn't account for the last place or the last finals being longer or shorter, so it is still to 50 points and not to 80. But again, we are doing a feedback survey, so make sure you keep an eye out for that to give us all your feedback on what you'd like to see in future tournaments. But let's go ahead and jump back into the race. We have Joint in first place, Milkus in second, Paramai's doing their best in third, but it seems like the distance is growing ever greater as Tatofu is nipping their heels in fourth place, Lazy Kumo fifth, EU Student in sixth, #IS in seventh place. Joint is really doing a number out there on those corners, doing their best to take it on the inside as best as possible. Everyone building up their nitro here. It looks like something happened with Paramai. They are now in sixth place. They may not be able to take the tournament if they're unable to get up into at least fifth place. So let's see how that
Interesting.
goes. Oh my goodness. Joint still in first with the gap ever increasing. Milkus doing their best to catch up to Tofu in third place. EU Student fourth. Lazy Kumo in fifth. Paramai still in that sixth place, so we'll have to see how they fare towards the back of the pack and see if they're able to catch up, as I believe a sixth place finish will only grant someone 1 point, so that means we would be heading into the next race. We're already on our second lap, nearing the end. So let's see how Paramai finishes. We have Joint in first.
I was not expecting this. That's awesome.
Tatofu in third, but I believe we're having another race. We'll double check with the standings, but I'm pretty sure we're going into our seventh race. Congratulations, everyone, for making across the finish line. And we had a new record there as well. So congratulations to Tatofu for their new record on the Korea circuit.
And we are going to have a next round.
Oh my gosh. Excitement!
I told you!
But
the gap between the second and the first and the second is just 4 points now, since Paramai just entered as a 6. So we don't know the result yet. So guys, be hyped.
Be hyped for this last race. Let me just inform the players as they wanted to ask what the standings were. All right. So they are aware that we're going to at least one more race. Again, with the 48 points that Paramai has, they have to finish in 5th or higher in order to take the tournament. So let's see what our next map will be. Apologies, just need to double check. Did we do this? Yes, we did this map already. So let's go ahead and select another. All right. So our potentially last map for this tournament has a very apt name, the Bridge of Fate. Your fate will be decided within this next race, potentially. Do your best. I believe in you all.
It's kind of funny because if you see the Paramai's score, the only map, those 2 maps that he did not do well, the racers did not well, was actually the easy map. Oh, so the Paramai is doing really well on a hard map. Interesting.
Sometimes those easy maps just sneak up on you. But there we go. We have the Bridge of Fate, aptly named. So let's go ahead and jump into our next race. Our races are ready. The map is ready to go. So let's go ahead, get hype for race number 7 as we load into the race. It doesn't seem like we had maybe one cart change in between these 2 races, so let's see how that if it plays into the favor of the players who did change. We got Joint out in first place once more. Joint really seems to mean business as they have been doing extremely well the past few races.
Lot of crashes. Lot of crashes.
No. But we have hashtag IS in second, Melkus in third, Totofu fourth, Lazy Kumo in fifth place, EU Student in sixth, with Paramite in the back of the pack at seventh place.
What happened? No.
Oh no.
No, Paramount.
But they still have time because we are still on our first lap. It still can be anybody's race. As we're going through this giant loop corner, everyone's expertly dodging the police cars. I haven't seen anyone crash into one just yet, but let's see if we have any players who decide to risk it through the shortcut coming up here. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the wrong corner. So after a couple more corners, we'll have our shortcuts coming back up again. We'll see if anyone is willing to go through the corners, risk it. We are on our second lap now. So let's see how everyone is faring. Joint still in first place, but Melkus is still pretty close on their heels there in second. EU Student in third place, followed by hashtag IS as they go through the shortcut. Totofu oh no, Totofu fighting for fifth and sixth place there. Lazy Kumo in seventh. It looks like Paramai's going up in the standings right now in fifth place, which a fifth place finish would allow them to take the tournament. So let's see how the end of this race goes. Again, on the second lap, heading towards the finish line very soon. And there we go. We have Joint. Hashtag IS. EU Student. Paramite finished in fourth place, giving them 4 points.
Yes.
Yes. So they are. The tournament has been decided. First place, Paramite. We will get those standings updated so you can see them as well on the screen. But we have our first champion for our speed tournament. Congratulations.
Actually, the Joint is having a 54. Paramite is 52.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so strike that. Strike that. We have 2 people who have hit the 50-point threshold, but due to the point advantage, it seems that Joint was able to overtake Paramai. But we're going to take a quick break just to update those brackets for you so that you can see the standings for yourself. And we'll be right back so we can congratulate all of our finalists for the West Spring Speed Cup. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the West Spring Speed Cup. We have just finished double checking the standings and adding up everything to make sure that we have the correct standings here. But let's go ahead and go into the final ranks. Bear, would you like to announce the first through third place?
Sure. The first goes to OG Joined with a point for 54, followed by the second, Paramount 52, Milky's 38, slash IS 34, Eastern 33, and we do have a ties.
We do have a tie for sixth place right now. My apologies, I just put the bracket up for the Group A. But as you can see, we do have a tie for sixth place right now. Both people having 12 points each between Lazy Kumo and Totofu. So we are currently trying to organize a tiebreaker race for them. So that they can. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I just noticed that one of the joints map 7 score is missing, but there it should be 10 points for them on map 7. My apologies, everyone. But we are currently trying to organize a tiebreaker race for our tie for sixth place. And we're just getting a hold of the players real quick. And looks like we got both players are responding now, so that's great. Okay, awesome. So if you thought it was over, we have one more race for y'all, just so we can decide who will be getting sixth and seventh. An exciting tiebreaker match. But as soon as we get both players in here, we can go ahead and start that match. The map has already been chosen for this map while we were getting the standings sorted out, and it will be Hidden Treasure, which I feel is a very exciting map. An exciting map to round out this tournament, just because the excitement of trying to take these shortcuts, if you do choose to take them. I always get real tense watching people do it, because there are literally no barriers. If you slip off the road, you are going into the void, and you will have to reset. So it'll be really exciting to see how these two players are able to handle the shortcuts, and hopefully are able to take them without falling down into the abyss. But as we're sitting here, let's go ahead. Again, we are going to be doing a end of tournament survey, which should be posted next week, so keep your eyes out. We'll have it posted on Discord, and we'll try to get it up on our socials as well, for everyone to send in their feedback about how you felt about this tournament. Was there anything that you liked, didn't like, anything you'd like to see different? Then just let us know on this survey.
Please do not hesitate.
Yeah, please don't hold back. We do want to do our best to improve.
We do listen. We really do listen.
It's true. We want to do our best to improve the tournaments as much as possible, so that it's back to how you, the community, would like to see it. And of course, we would always love to bring in different modes like item and stuff in the future. So again, keep an eye out. We'll get that posted for you next week, and just let us know what you'd like to see in future tournaments. But taking a look at the room here, we have both racers are ready. So this is going to be a 1v1, a best of one. So whoever finishes this race, they will break the tie and be seated into sixth place, with our second place person going into seventh. So again, the map is Hidden Treasure. Both players are ready, so let's go ahead and enter our tiebreaker match. And we have, again, Lazy Kumo and Totofu, who both tied for sixth place in this map. Let's see what they can do.
I love 1 versus 1.
It's true. It's very exciting to watch, especially with how skilled our racers have been throughout this entire tournament. It's very exciting to watch, because it's always pretty close. But we already have Lazy Kumo in first place, with Totofu falling really close behind here. But it seems like the gap might be growing a little bit as they enter through the first shortcut, both executing it flawlessly. Oh, Totofu manages to go in on the inside and pass Lazy Kumo. So let's see how Lazy Kumo reacts. both taking those corners pretty flawlessly, but Kumo seems to have snuck in on the inside there on that curve once again. Tofu doing their best to get through. And we have our second shortcut here. Oh my goodness, and Tofu was able to get through that pretty well, and both were able to execute the third. Oh, it looks like Kumo might have clipped the wall a little bit, slowing them down. So that gap between them and Tofu is growing. Let's see what they can do on the second lap if they're able to catch up to Tofu, who kind of has a commanding lead now.
Let's go, the reason we get. Let's go.
You can do it. We believe in both of you. But yeah, unfortunately, it does seem like the gap is kind of growing. So unless Tofu does mess up like one of these shortcuts or takes a curve too tight, they did bump the wall slightly there, but it doesn't seem to have slowed them down too much there. Then Tofu might end up taking this race and securing 6th place.
It's not too far. It's not too far.
Definitely still within Lazy Kumo's sights, so not at a point where they should be giving up. We believe in you. You got this.
We believe in you.
We got the next shortcut gone.
Oh, that was a good curve.
Was able to go through it flawlessly. Again, yes. All right. And we're coming up to the end here. Looks like Tofu will be securing that 6th place by finishing in first with Lazy Kumo. Uh-oh. Falling through the map, unfortunately.
No!
But they were able to finish. So they will be securing that 7th place. Congratulations to both of you. And good match. Good races.
That was a good match.
But I do want to take the time to congratulate all of our participants. Thank you so much for joining us in this first tournament. We really appreciate it. And also congratulations to our top 8 finalists, or top 7 who were able to join us today. The first place, there will be prizes for our top 8 racers. With our first place of joint will be receiving a couple extra special things. One would be a custom Discord role for Spring Speed Star. There will be an Emperor's Trophy, which is a item that can be placed in a person's home, so they'll be able to decorate their home space with this Emperor's Trophy, and then a Lord of the Track badge, as well as 100,000 K coins, 100,000 turbo crystals, and 50 golden gear starters. So congratulations to Joy for getting that first place. The prizes for the tournament will be distributed within the next week, so just keep an eye out in game for that for the top 8 racers. But again, thank you everyone. We really appreciate y'all joining us. Again, we couldn't do this without you. So again, we thank you so much. And if you have any feedback for us, please make sure to submit it on that feedback survey when it comes back. We want to make sure to improve these tournaments to make sure it's what you, the community, wants. So don't hold back. Any if you want different modes, different prizes, just let us know. We'll do our best to get everything the way that the community wants it to be run. But outside of that, if you would like to join us in our Discord, we have Moobot was kind enough to just put the link to the Kart Rider Rush Plus Discord in chat. We talk about all things Kart Rider Rush Plus. People have their clubs there. We have several events going on throughout the month, as well as fun live streams, giveaways. Go ahead and jump in there and join us for all the fun. And we will definitely let everyone know about any upcoming tournaments or other live streams, fun events.
Definitely. Our racers, please be hyped. More exciting events and contents are coming. And thank you very much for all the members and racers for streaming today.
Yes, thank you again. But with that, I guess we will sign out for now. Thank you again for joining us for the West Spring Speed Cup. We hope to bring another tournament to y'all soon. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday and a great weekend. We will see y'all next time.
Next time, we'll come back.